All right, I want to thank you for joining us here for our late morning digital update here, digital weather update. Hope you had a great weekend. Kind of a mixed bag. I know we've got some pretty good downpours there late Saturday. We actually briefly had some severe thunderstorms roll right across the Houston area, ended up picking up almost 2 inches of rain in some spots. And today it is completely different. We had the blustery north winds kick in yesterday, very cold lows this morning, which I'll show you in a minute. But I'll tell you what, I think you're going to like this afternoon. It actually feels pretty terrific out there. I wanted to just show you a look ahead at what to expect for tonight. It's going to get pretty chilly again after sunset. Here's a look back at low temperatures reached this morning. Unofficial low right now for Houston, 33 degrees. The last time we were 33, February the 18th. The last time we were below 33 was actually last December. We did just barely hit the freezing mark there for 32 in Katy, also 32 degrees in Sugar Land. Some of these spots, though, which tend to run cold, by the way, at the airport. Sometimes the airport just runs unusually cold. Angleton, Lake Jackson, 30. Bay City at 28, and we also hit the 20s and low 30s off toward the north. So yeah, overall, I would say collectively the coldest morning that we've had across the area since the middle of last February. In some spots got close to the coldest since the 22nd of last December, just before Christmas. Now things are starting to change a little bit. Today will end up being a little bit milder than yesterday with the return of a light breeze out of the southeast. You may feel it out there right now. It's blowing really gently, but where we do have a breeze, it's coming in from the southeast, and that's very important because it's going to make sure that we're not as cold tonight as we were last night. So instead of 20s and low 30s, we'll probably be closer to about the low 40s in most locations, especially near the coastline. We'll probably stay closer to 50. So these are the current temperatures right now at coming up on 11:32 in the morning, a brisk 61 degrees for Galveston right now, 59 for Freeport, 56 still at Intercontinental, but that's on the way up. 59 at Hobby right now, along with Baytown and Anahuac, and out to the west, look, Brenham. You guys were down to the upper 20s this morning, and now you've rebounded very nicely to just about 60 degrees. So we've already had about a 30-degree jump in temperatures just with the sunshine we have out there now. Temps right now compared to this time yesterday, we are running a little bit warmer. We also have a lot less wind than yesterday, so it feels pretty nice out there. We're also going to have extremely low humidity taking us into this afternoon, something like maybe 20 or 25% humidity. So you might enjoy that. You might want to moisturize out there too. 2 to 4 degrees warmer in Houston right now compared to this time yesterday, so we'll take it. The temperature trend, this sums up the last 31 days, and all the yellow bars indicate when we had a high temperature that was above average, and then the blue-gray bars below average, and you'll see there we've kind of gone up and down. The middle part of November, we were kind of down, and then we went up and then down and up. We've kind of been on the upswing until that line of storms on Saturday and until yesterday's front and cold air came in. So yesterday's high temperature was below average, and today will be pretty close to average. Now notice this. So this is our perspective from Wells Fargo Tower downtown. So we're like about 800 feet up, something like that, maybe 900 feet. Looking off toward the north, and yes, that's not, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is some haze on the horizon. Very typical of days like this where we have very light winds in place. So it does trap some of that particulate matter, dust basically, near the surface. I don't think it's really going to cause any breathing problems or anything, but it's noticeable from this sort of angle. Right now at Hobby Airport, 59 degrees, sunny and dry, a light breeze out of the southeast, and there's your current humidity at 35%. And that's only going to go down as we head into the afternoon. What about the allergy levels? Mentioned a little bit of that dust out there in the sky. We also do have increasing allergy levels. So they got knocked down a little bit at the end of last week and of course over the weekend with Saturday's rain, but now they jumped right back up, which is very common after the rain, after everything dries out. So the ragweed, the grass pollen, and the mold spores are all in the medium category. Incidentally though, ragweed tends to start going down once we have our first freeze of the year, and a lot of places did have their first freeze of the year this morning. So we're going to keep an eye on this. It's probably going to start to drop here over the next week or so with that latest freeze. All right, high temperatures today, not bad at all across the state. Lots of middle 60s are expected for afternoon high temperatures. Like for example, right now we're 59 at Hobby, 56 Bush. We'll probably feel those temperatures rise into the middle 60s. What about lows tonight? Well, it's not going to be as frigid as it was this morning. So I don't expect any freezing temperatures with that southeast breeze we have in place. Probably at least 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, maybe a dozen degrees warmer. So about 41 for tomorrow morning's low temperature, and a lot of 30s and 40s around the state of Texas as well. Heading into high temperatures tomorrow, will continue a little bit milder, so probably a couple of degrees milder than today because we'll be off to a warmer start. We are looking for maybe middle and upper 60s for tomorrow with some nice spring-like mid 70s off toward the south and lots of 50s and 60s elsewhere around the state of Texas. Well, let's talk about what's coming our way as we get closer to Christmas time. So I'll show you two graphics here. One is the 6 to 10 day outlook, and the second one is going to be the 8 to 14 day outlook. So 6 to 10 day takes us from this upcoming Sunday through next week. So just leading up to Christmas, and you'll notice most of the country is going to be abnormally warm. Now that doesn't mean it's going to be hot in these places. It just means they're going to be running above average for this time of the year. We're expected to be actually right around average as we head into early next week, which means mid 60s most likely, because that's what's average for this time of the year. Now this takes us through Christmas Eve. So from December the 18th through Christmas Eve, very likely that most of the country is going to be above average. So it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be hot. It's just that if average is 65 degrees, we might be 68, 69, 70, somewhere in that ballpark. There is likely to be a front, though, around Christmas time. It might be Christmas Eve, might be the 23rd. It's a little too early to say. Sometime between the 23rd and 26th, there is likely to be a brief round of some showers or storms, so we'll keep an eye out for that. It's just way too early to say. No cloud cover out there right now to block out any of the sun. Here's a look at the water vapor satellite imagery. You can see these dark colors here over the Houston area. That means that the air is nice and stable, and there really aren't any ripples in the jet stream coming our way, at least in the short term. The wind is flowing like straight from west to east. We call that a zonal wind pattern, which usually is pretty uneventful. Now out here off the west coast of the U.S., we have an area of low pressure that's near Vancouver and Seattle, and then a trough of low pressure that's digging down behind it. And so that'll sweep into our area just like the last one did, the rain that we had on Saturday. And it looks like it is going to bring us some rain coming up on Friday and Saturday as all this energy comes in off of the Pacific Ocean. So here's our outlook. Today, fantastic. I mean, yeah, it's a little cool. If you're in the shade, it feels cool. If you're out in the sun, it's really a pretty beautiful day out there. Very light breezes coming in from the southeast and just a winter of a day. Tonight, still chilly, but not quite as cold as what we had for this morning. And then tomorrow, we should have a mostly sunny day, maybe partly cloudy, slightly warmer by a couple of degrees, but overall just a winter as the winds continue to come in either from the east or from the southeast. Not bad at all. Taking a look ahead at the end of the week. So we know it's going to be kind of cool and dry for the next couple of days. Heading into Wednesday, about 66, roughly the same here Thursday. No major changes really. Lows in the 40s, high temperatures in the middle 60s. Now our next troublemaker arrives coming up. Why say troublemaker? I mean, look, it has to rain at some point, but the next rainmaker arrives on Friday and into Saturday. Right now, a 60% sort of conservative rain chance there coming up Friday and Saturday. It does look like we're going to end up at some point with everybody receiving rain. It might be Friday night into early Saturday. We'll keep an eye on that. But for right now, it may turn out that we get somewhere 1 to 3 inches of rain coming up for that time frame. So keep that in mind if you have any plans at the end of this week or into the early part of the weekend. Right now, Sunday looks like it should be fine. So that'll do it for the 7-day forecast. Please join us for Fox 26 News at noon. That's coming up in about 21 minutes. Hope to see you.